and sit right next to him or her. Okay, yeah, two, okay, join, okay. And then here we have two, and two of you. Okay, wing together. But you can stay where you are later, you can merge. And we can stay first. Oh, thank you for shifting. So, as you're saying, please put your things aside. I'd like you to stand up for a while, just for a little second. So, yeah, your foot. And turn to your person, your partner, and give him or her a high five and say, "You are awesome!" Please say it like you mean it, alright? And thank you for being my learning buddy. Please say learning buddy. Thank you. Please have a seat, because this person is going to be a learning buddy. What's your name? What's your name? How to find out the names if you do not know the names? Alright, let's take a look at this. Everyone has a piece of pen now. Who needs any writing materials? You have pens? Everybody has? Okay. Clients. Because I train your MAs as well, and I train your RMs. And always, most of the time, working and dealing with external clients. But for many of us here, who actually deals with external clients? Anybody here? Mostly old people, right? So we're talking about internal clients today. Great service starts within. And over here, we would like to encourage everyone to have a service, over here, mindset. How do we have that? The way we think, the way we start, the way we do about things, it has to come within. And finally, as we look here, is to have a great service culture. And how we're going to do that, I'll bring you through this short 1 hour power hour to help us find out how can we connect with different types of internal customers within Bank of Singapore. So with that, let's take a look here. We talk about styles, behavioral styles. I mentioned earlier on, I observed everyone when you came in. Some are very friendly. Even this lady, what's her name, dear? She cannot talk, also she will say something. Yeah. I can really see what a gregarious and loving person you are. She said, I just came out of a meeting, but I'm still going to come for a talk. Okay, it's alright, don't worry about me. And this shows a lot about you. You're friendly, your energy is infectious. And just now when I said hello to some of you, I said, thank you for coming to my talk. And you're like, fine, where? They went straight for lunch without even looking at me. Okay, I won't say who you are. I was like, did you just do that? But I'll tell myself that I won't take you personally because we all have different behavioral styles. And we're going to study that right now. The first heading here we say is I have a service mindset. The setting, make a guess. What setting is this when we look at it? Work, absolutely right. Thank you. We get a sweet. This is my special sweet. This is called a 10秒甜一辈子的糖. It's sour for 10 seconds and sweet for a lifetime. Thank you. Yes. This is a work setting. A work setting. People behave differently in different settings. The first circle on your handout, the left circle, this is what we call the work side. When you're working in the bank, there are certain behaviors expected of you. If you're working with your colleagues, you're in your risk, you need to be analytical, you need to be cautious. It's not really who you are in reality. It's just because that's expected of you at work. So that's work side. And that's the second side. What setting do you think this is? Take a guess. Okay, and then cling, cling, what setting? Party. Who's it? Party? Yeah, yes, the party. Okay, I'll give you a special one. Hamburger gummy. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's the party side. It's also known as the, you're welcome, social side. You are not at work. But before I opened the kitchen just now, all of you were like, that was your social side. The moment I appeared, you're back to work side, trainer or speaker. So we behave differently in the different company. When you're in your social side, you are still not totally yourself. But you are still a little bit more relaxed than when you are at your work side. So that's the work side, and that's the social side. What do you think is the third side?
Family.
Family side, also known as the dark side. Yeah, the family side. So you get your sweet, like your sour sweet for you. That's the personal side, your dark side, because only, you're welcome, only your family and your closest people around you will see your true colors. So this is your personal side. As I share about how do we provide excellent service and connect with different people, we have to think about the setting. So in the last time, I'm going to ask you to relate to see which color style, which personality style do you relate to. And you find that, I'm sometimes like this, I'm sometimes like that, and you may be confused, which is why the context is critical. I'd like all of you to think in terms of your work side. Because when you are talking about providing service within Bank of Singapore, it is with your colleagues during work. So that will be the work cycle. Everybody? Yes. And I'm going to show you in a while's time, these are the 4 different color styles. I'm not going to say much. You're going to watch a short video and ask yourself, which one is me? First one you see is an orange personality. They spark fun, they're the fun people, rah rah. I can imagine some of you are quite a few of you are the orange type. The blues. These are the blues. They will be the type, hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, it's okay. I have my lunch, thanks. Just to be the gentle people, the blues. And there's the green. What's this workshop about? Is this necessary? Is this a cover for my speedy hours? We start to ask certain things. So these are the green personalities. And finally, the gold. They are the very organized professional style, and they will be here on time or even early. So now let's take a short look at a short video, about 3 minutes. And while you're watching it, please think, which one do you relate to? And think about people around you, your colleagues, your direct boss, your team members. What color style do you think they are? Okay? So this is how it goes. And the lightings, please.
True Colors live comedy show is for every kind of audience imaginable. True Colors, a simple personality identification model, is about people and how we interact. This hysterical live show is customized for the organization or theme. It allows participants to experience aspects about who we all are in a lighthearted theatrical presentation that will have everyone laughing as they recognize themselves and others. Are you spontaneous, orange, adventurous, bold, risk taker?
Did you guys have fun in the train? Excellent, that's what I'm talking about. My name's Allie Orange Free, and I'm a university rep. I'm going to be working with you guys. Are you excited? Fantastic. And you know, it tired me because I'm not afraid to take risks. I'm telling you, it's always action, okay? There's never a dull moment. We're going to have so much fun. You're going to love my sense of humor, and most importantly, do we like the suit? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Maybe you're responsible, bold, structured, dependable, always on time.
My name is George Goldmore, and I'm a training integration manager, and very proud of that. I act as a liaison. I'm always planning ahead. It's very important. As a matter of fact, next on the list, and I'm very proud of this, is the Pledge of Allegiance, and I come prepared. Always be prepared. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Now, I have something that you can use. It's called the Desk Unification Maintenance Program, or if we like to have acronyms, DUMP for short. It's very simple. So we have a red box for incoming, a blue box for outgoing, and a yellow box for pending. Boy, I think there's some goals in the audience. I know there are.
Or maybe you feel the love, you're harmonious blue, loving, nurturing, and you're the glue that keeps your team together.
I haven't seen you in like 10
She
minutes.
always loves the hug.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm so sorry about that phone call. Let me just make sure my phone is off. I apologize. Oh, if I offended anyone here, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. It won't happen again. Just had a friend in me. You know how it is. Oh, my name is Kirky, by the way, and I'm a line of business trainer. I really believe in just being nice to other people, and, you know, there's just, it's not going to hurt you to just be nice to people, right? Wow. Can you guys excuse me just like one tiny little second? I'll be right back. How you doing? I thought maybe I could make you feel less lonely if I just walked over here for a second and maybe offered you a hug. What do you say? Okay. All right. Great. Oh, wonderful. You feel better too?
Maybe conceptual green, analytical, cool, and an independent thinker.
See, people that truly think that team building is about love and about bringing people together. I've done extensive research on efficient team functions. I can tell you this, the biggest problem with team building is people. I am an HR business partner. It is an ideal position for me. My name is Dick Green, and I need to run some more analysis.
Did you put the toilet paper on the roll holder? It's done incorrectly. I need to have the perforation come over the top. That way it's easier to tear off. What if the cap is just knocked off the floor? And then what if the mousse is just sprayed and wasted all over the bathroom? How would that be?
Here, baby, let's take a break. Let's take a mousse break. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Honey, I have to get to work.
Oh, come on, we'll be late. Why not? Come on.
Well, it's not Tuesday.
Consider it caring. I thought we were talking about alcohol.
If you cared, you would come over here and you would put a roll of toilet paper in the roll thingy when it got empty. You never tell me you love me anymore.
Oh, now you're being unreasonable. I told you I loved you when I married you, remember? I mean, if anything changes, I'll let you know.
Why are you guys in the back?
Seems safer somehow.
Okay.
I just know that we are definitely going to be late to this meeting.
Okay. Georgie, listen. So we're 5 minutes late. The span of eternity. What's 5 minutes?
What do you mean we're here?
Hello, George. Starbucks.
Okay, I thought this is obviously for the head table, and out of respect for them, we'll give them a full decorated cake. And I thought just to save some money and we'll sort of spread it out, we'll just give everybody $1 for icing.
George, look, if we serve enough wine, nobody's going to know if they got cake.
How do we get this group of people from one end of the facility to the other?
You know what? This worked when I was in like 5th grade. You know, single file, no talking, straight line, things like that.
You open up the gates, you let them rip.
Next item, and it's very important, is what character are we going to present to the event? I'm thinking Bob.
It's always Bob. It's Bob this, Bob that, Mickey this, that. Minnie. Let's talk about Minnie.
I kind of like Snow White. I mean, she's nice to animals.
You're going to have to get a theme for this event. How about together or back?
I love it.
Take it.
Awesome. Thank you, Doug.
Alright, so that was a quick snippet of the different characters. I'd like you to talk to your learning buddy right now and tell him or her which color personality do you think you are. Just a quick 30 seconds to a minute. Talk to them. Which color? Orange, blue, green, or gold?
Probably assume different colors. I suppose it really depends on what
Alright, that was just a quick sharing. Now we're going to go deeper into it. We'll come back in a while. Hold that thought, hold that thought. Before we ask all of you what color style do you think you are, let me ask everyone, what color style do you think I am? Orange. Really? Is that obvious? How's my dress today? Would be like that girl. Very orange. Yes, thank you. Because orange is like energy, the first color style. Who thinks you are? Self-awareness. I heard some of you mention, I'm sometimes a little bit this, a little bit that. Now you're looking for the brightest color, the most natural color that will shine through whenever you are at work. You know, you can be in different styles, but most of the time, who thinks you are a bright orange? Can I have a show of hands? Anybody? Nobody thinks so.
I mean, more towards more.
More towards. Right, I would imagine, because when you came here and I said, is that bag for me? Is that a present? You said, no, it's my wife's cooking. And then you were outspoken. So orange personalities are very easy to connect with people. So that's orange. And let's take a look at this. The sun. This photo was taken at my place. I stay at Bedok Reservoir. So this is the morning sun. At 5:30 a.m. I brought my mom to the park and I waited for the sun to rise it came around 7:20 a.m. So this was taken just 2 weeks ago. Real sun. So it's easy to remember pictures, but it may be hard to remember words. Just like I saw you just now, I said, I know I've seen you somewhere, but I couldn't remember your name. And you know you've seen me somewhere, but you're not sure which workshop. So remember pictures. So rather than ask you to memorize what's the orange characteristics, we will use orange as an image to anchor that. So when you see orange, when you see the sun, what things come to mind? Bright is bright. Okay. It's very bright. Energy, yes, energetic. So in the English language, we use sun a lot to show energy. Just like songs, you are my sunshine, you are my sunshine. You use sunshine. Even in Chinese, we say 你好阳光啊. Energetic. So it's such a popularly used word that when we think of orange, we think of the sun, we think of energy. So for blue, let's use another image before I show you my next picture. What things in Mother Nature are blue in color? The ocean, yes, there you go. Ta-da. When we see blue, we think of the ocean, the sea. I give you a hamburger now. Thank you. So you come to my talk, to my workshop, you definitely got a couple of kilos. There you go, you're welcome. You think of the ocean. And this picture was taken by my son. My son is a big photographer. He was on the sea here, and he took it. So it's natural beauty. When you think of the sea, look at the sea, what kind of images, thoughts come to your mind? Peace, yes. Peace. Cool, right? The cool peace. So just now orange is those friendly people, they can talk to anybody and everybody. The blues, they are not so quick to warm up. We call them the 闷骚型, the slow to warm up people. They will be like, hi, how are you? Yeah, you came for the talk? Yeah, me too. So on the surface, they will be like smiling and very, very peaceful looking at you. So blue personalities are very nurturing, come to mama, come to papa style. But it will take time. And once they warm up to you, they become friends for life. Okay, so that's the long term for blues. And let's think of the third one, green. When you think of green, what things in Mother Nature are green in color? Trees, yes, plants. This is also a photo taken by my son in one of the gardens here. So the green, when you look at the trees, what kind of feeling comes to mind? Trees, green trees. You feel very, when you're hot, you go under the tree, eh? They're very cooling. Yes, they're fresh, yes. They are the cool, calm, collected people. Because the trees is also so peaceful, greens are also thinkers. They like to think and think simple things, they like to complicate things. Eh? So sometimes they think and think, they think of nothing. So they may be spacing out sometimes, and you have friends like that, colleagues like that, they're in a world of their own. So greens are deep thinkers, like trees, reflective. And finally, as we look at the fourth color type, gold, what comes to mind? Gold, right? Okay, this is taken from a storeroom. Okay, I'm kidding. Let's go past it. So gold, when you think of gold, there are a lot of words in English as well. It's as good as gold, right? The gold standard, solid gold. Even in Chinese, 真金不怕火炼, that real gold can withstand the pressures of heat. So gold are what we call the steady, people. So they're very organized, very stable. So there's another further introduction to the four color styles. And as we look here, I asked you just now that you've heard all that, are you clearer of which color style you are your brightest? Because in the actual test, when people attend my workshops, there's a questionnaire, there's card sorts. But on the talk, we like to keep it lighthearted and not having to fill questionnaires. But just think about it, you don't even have to announce it. But did you tell your learning buddy just now which color style do you all see yourself? Yes, right? So we know that's our color style. We may not have a very clear idea of it. But when we know it, we need to also know what are the potential conflicts. How do we connect that? And there are some questions here. I'd like you to think now, this time you talk to your learning buddy. What color style do you think is your boss and the colleagues around you? Alright, just give you a little bit more time now, 2 minutes. Talk to your buddy. What do you think is their brightest color? Let's begin. Oh, okay.
But this is what
Alright, let's run our conversation in 30 seconds. Alright, thank you everyone. Okay, we'll continue the conversation in a moment, so now we can part you. Aww, what, you want to sit together? So you'll always be together? Sorry, I'm
If I
thinking.
don't sit on the front there, I just always find the front, very comfortable.
Yeah.
Talking to the people very nice.
And they will take an orange to do that, right? Most people will find secret corners to escape.
It took me 10 years to do that actually.
10 years.
Yeah, I was on the
Train.
last bencher, always hiding behind you so that nobody can point a finger at me, and ask any
Mm.
questions. So I
You have
just came out
changed.
of that thing.
Thank you. And it's actually this very point I'm going to talk about later. Behaviors can be trained. We may be born in one style, we may be introverts and immediately taking action. And we can open up after a long time. Even right now, I've been training and speaking for the last 20 years. But when I was in primary school, I was in kindergarten. In fact, I was such a nervous little girl. I would stand up and I would stammer and stutter, and I would be like that. And teachers would say, "Stand properly." Now I will always be like a little butterfly. And it took me many years to train to be confident to stand in front of any size of audience. So thank you for sharing that. So we talk about just now, who do we think our bosses or our colleagues' practice color is? And now let's think about the possible conflicts. I don't think you all will do this in your office, but in your mind you wish you could sometimes. Like, you don't get what I'm trying to say. So let's revisit the 4 color styles. Okay, without looking at your notes, just recall from your memory. I used 4 different images. For orange, what's the image that we used? The sun, thank you. So when you think of the sun, yes, it's energetic, it's warm, it's energy, but when the sun is too hot, what kind of effect does it have on us when it's too hot? It's going to burn, right? It will hot, it makes us perspire, skin cancer. So we don't like the sun too hot. So if any of us overuse our strength of being energetic, of being over bright and over loud, sometimes we can also have a negative effect or create conflicts. What kind of conflicts do you think orange, when they're too orange, what kind of conflict would they create?
It's a wrong interpretation sometimes, right?
Yes.
Like my friend mentioned, right? That sometimes we are too much orangish style, right?
Yes.
The bosses or other colleagues may think he's not serious, That's
Yes,
not-
thank you. People may not take you seriously. You're so fluffy, you're always joking. No? Empty vessels make a lot of noise. So we tend to sometimes think that people who speak too much or too loud, they can come across as being aggressive. Because they like to speak their mind. They're always to the point. So we're going to talk about it later. How do we excellent service for different styles like orange, blue, green, and gold. So orange, remember, when it's too strong, it can burn and offend some colleagues. How about the blue? When we think of blue, what picture did we use? Ocean, thank you, the sea. So on the surface, the sea is very calm, right? We go to the beach and, oh, look at the sea, so relaxing. But what could be below the sea? Turbulence, yes! Yeah, I scuba dive, the deeper I go, 15, 20 meters, you can't see anything. But when you go, suddenly there will be turbulence, and that's how some divers get, really rushed off within seconds. So below the sea, you can't see what's happening. Blue personalities are like that. On the surface, it's okay. Yeah, it's alright. No, I'm not upset. It's okay. Let me go back to the bed. I tell you, you don't want to they actually let out after that. But in front of that person, they value relationships, so they don't say it. They want to keep a very good relationship. They value that relationship more than being right. Orange can just shoot them out, okay, this is my opinion, but blues, they value that person, that relationship, so sometimes they keep it inside, like the sea. That's why there's an English phrase, or rather Chinese phrase, 女人心海底针. A woman's heart is like a needle at the bottom of the sea. You don't know what they're thinking. Oh, she laughs so loudly. She must be like that. Sometimes men are like that as well, right? Women, sometimes we do not know what men are thinking. So it's just an analogy there. So blues, they can create that kind of conflict. So they can be sometimes seen as the emo people, the emotional people. Hey, better don't be so direct, she'll be very upset, and then you get marked by her, you say the wrong thing. So sometimes blues, we have to be a little bit careful because they can be a little bit more sensitive. How about the next color, green? What anchor did we use? Trees, right? The photo taken by my son. The trees, yes. The trees, again, they are so cool and calm. Like I said, sometimes they think of nothing. But when they think so much, they tend to like to ask a lot of questions. What happens when, when people ask you a lot of questions, how do you feel towards these people? Can I ask you, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by what and that? It becomes very irritating. It's like
sometimes,
annoying.
like interrogating, always.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't believe me, is it? Are you interrogating me? Are you CID? Is it? Yeah. We tend to have that kind of feeling when people ask too many questions. But in the minds of the Greens, they just want to know. They value competence. They like to ask questions. They're curious. But for us who do not know, we think that, why is this internal customer or this colleague so demanding, asking me so many questions? Irritating. So we're going to talk about how do we connect with them. So here, let's start with orange. How do we connect with someone who's a bright orange? Okay. I'm not going to ask you to open up, to speak out right now, because I notice you are a lot more active in your small partners, your team of partners. So let's take a few minutes to think through the 4. And I have some lines or some spots in your handout. You can make some notes. I will share with you some quick tips. But I'd like to find out about your awareness first. Orange personality is the bright, energetic heart. How do you provide excellent service to people like that? Blue, they are the people who value relationship. Gentle, caring. How do you connect with them? And greens, they're asking you so many questions. How do you get them to stop asking questions? And finally, goals, right? The goals who are, in fact, I didn't talk about goals. Goals are the very steady, boom-beepy people. But when they're too gold, when they're too organized, when they're too structured, what kind of effect does it have on others? When they're too structured. Very nice. Not flexible, yes. Inflexible, stubborn, old-fashioned dinosaur. We start to call them names. You do the same old thing year after year. So they can be seen as very stubborn, inflexible people. So with that in mind, let's have the next few minutes to discuss with our learning buddy, how can we connect with these 4 different color styles to deliver excellent service. Alright, question?
Based on the experience, right, majority of bosses level, majority
Yeah.
all the organization, right, they are like old people. Is it expected from the bosses to become testers?
Yes. You're absolutely right, because I'm going to actually link to that. You're thinking ahead, which is great. We talk about work behaviors right now, right? So as a boss, if you're running a team of people, there are certain behaviors expected of you. You can't be like, hey guys, want to do that, keep at this, okay? Then you'll be out of job soon. So because of that nature of work, they tend to be a bit more like project manager style. But we also talk about later about C-level people, the big bosses. How about your salespeople, your RMs? They all have certain trends because this is work behavior. So we will revisit that in a moment. But for now, just share based on your understanding. Perhaps you're already doing a great job in connecting with the 4 styles. Let's hear it from you first. Alright, just 3 minutes, just some quick 1-2 points per color style, and I'll be back. Let's carry on. Yes, so the 4 colors. Yeah, but this one I use the image. I'm not talking about color. It's the image. US 省钱啊。Yes, this is how we connect the conflicts we already have. So it's on this page. I know it's been black and white, that's why I use images. The sun is orange instead. Now, do you have at least 1 point? Alright, let's hear what you have on your nose. Some of you are already very experienced, right, with how you connect, how you provide excellent service to different styles. So let's hear from you first. Orange personalities. Because how do you make them happy? How do you connect with them? Can we start with yours? You had a great idea this time.
Oh, I thought I just bring them back to the objectives and goals.
Yes. Because
And remind them.
So orange tends to just speak their mind. And, how about this? How about that? How about that? And I'm being very orange, but because I train myself, I meet a lot of other fellow oranges. So for example, I have this colleague in my team previously when I was working in another company. He is always late for meetings. And we have meetings, we'll be in the middle of the agenda, and then he'll walk right in and, hey, hello, sorry, I'm late. He goes for lunch later, and my boss was like slapping his face with his beard. So irritating and so late. Those of us who are very good, we will think of him as no respect. And then he'll sit down, and then he'll just jump around here and say, hey, I have another idea. And there will always be a goal in the team. I said, sorry, can we come back to the agenda? And we are focusing on point number 2 now. Then we'll be like, bring him back there. So that's what you have to do with oranges sometimes. They can go around, but you can't just cut them off. But you must remember to bring them back. But there's a powerful 3 words that you can use to bring them back. Because if you say, can you stop talking so much and focus, how do you think you'll make the orange feel? so rude. They can be rude, but you can't be rude, right? So we can't say that. So I always use a powerful 3 words. The first word is by the way. By the way, I like to talk about this. It's a simple, powerful 3 words. By the way. So it doesn't sound like you're cutting them short, but you're also bringing them back, so relating to your point. By the way, I like to mention this. By the way, should we focus on this one? So you're not discounting what he or she said earlier. Okay, so that's for orange. Here are some other tips I have. You give them options because orange values freedom. See, orange can be seen as very demanding people, right? Sometimes they, I want this, I want that. It should be done today. I was conducting a workshop for MAs last week, and one of them said, "Wow, my RM is like that, you know." One moment she will say, "I want you to do this." After that she said, "No, I want you to do that as well." I said, "Hey, sorry boss, I can't do both." Come on, make it happen. Make it happen. Then after that, the boss will come back after a few minutes. I'm sorry, I changed my mind. You do that as well. Moving target. So orange bosses are like that. Forever moving target. They forever expect a lot of things. So when you say no to them, "Sorry boss, I can't do it," how do you think the orange RM would tell her? Is it, "Oh, it's okay, never mind, oh." You think she'll say that? No! How would the orange RM respond? You make it happen. You make it happen. So I share with them, if you do not give oranges options, they will give you options. You realize that if you say, "Sorry, I can't do this." What do you mean can't do this? How about do this and do that? "Sorry, cannot, and you are dead. I'm the company. So you have to give them options. I can't do this for you, but what I can do is I can do this or that. Which do you prefer? So either one that they choose, they feel that they have an option, but whose options are those? From my options, right? So give them options, a very simple, powerful tool. Get to the point. They don't like long grandmother story. In Chinese, you say, "Oh, I've been to the garden, look at the trees, the grass." So bosses, just like you mentioned, really big bosses, many of them are gold, but C-level, top people, they don't want to hear a long grandmother story. When they look at your report, they look at the executive summary. They look at your slides, they'll ask you, "What's your last slide? What is your point? Do we make money? Do we not? What is the effect on the bank?" They will ask you for the key outcome. Then, but boss, I need to explain to you how I got the numbers. No, show me the numbers first. Oh, so if you're very gold, you'll be very stressed. But you need to adjust. Look, if you're gold, you'll be very stressed towards orange because orange wants to jump to the finishing end, finishing point. So you need to get to the point first, then you give them the other supporting information. You could put the horse before the cart for them. You like to talk, let them talk. You don't cut an orange. You cut the orange, you talk even more. No, I'm not done yet. And, "Hey, by the way," they will by the way you, and then you come with more things. So if you don't let them talk, they will go on and on. But it doesn't mean that you let them talk to the cows come home. You can also use "by the way." Coming back to this point, so there will be a balance there. So that's for orange. Next, blue. First one. Oops. What do we have other than show concern? Okay, is that show concern? That's 1 point for me. Let's hear it. What do we have for blues? Come, lady. Go behind. Yes, more tactful. Thank you. Oh, I don't think I rewarded you so far. Tactful. I know you have like 3-4 sweets already, so more tactful. You're welcome. Be tactful with them because they tend to be sensitive. And make them feel special. How do you do that? Especially in your personal life with your blue friends. Make them feel special, that they did something for you rather than, everybody does that anyway. But then, "Oh, thank you. Only you can do it like that." And then, "Oh." The next time you ask them for help, you sure say yes. So these are the blue personalities. There's an English phrase, they don't care how much you know. They only want to know how much you care. So show them more about your concern. Let's show how smart you are. Another point here, you say be tactful, be sincere. Say it like you mean it and mean what you say. You always like people to compliment them. Let's take a moment and compliment your learning partner. Find something about him or her to compliment. Don't say you're handsome, it's a bit wrong. Think of something. Let's practice being sincere. Say it with that feeling. Like you mean it. Find something, just 30 seconds. That's something to say to each other. Now you're feeling awkward.
What's it?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You're really enjoying and you're getting trained.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much. I feel I need to reward you the hamburger. Thank you. Thank you. And that's a great example. And there's something about you when you say it, the eyes, when you look at a person, you say, yeah, thank you very much. When you say, thank you very much, that sincerity in your eyes, I felt it. I feel you. So you need to mean it, right, for blues. Because my secondary color is blue. So I like it. So thank you. So that's blue. Greens. They're one of the tougher ones. Greens. They're the thinkers. Sometimes you don't know what they're thinking. So let's hear it. What do you have? What suggestion? How do we connect with green personalities? You don't know. Out of ideas. That tough. Okay. Then you can arrow someone. Who would you ask? Who would like to help her out? How do you connect with greens? You. What do you have? You. Let me give you an example. I was delivering a talk for Standard Chartered Private Bank last year in Shanghai. So at the time, we had this whole group of high net worth clients who came for the talk. And I was talking about legacy planning, 资产管理, and then we had another guy who's a lawyer who's going to talk about investments of properties. So he came over and he was asking me, 张老师啊，你觉得我们这个上海市场怎么样？ How do you find our Shanghai market? And I was like, I was trying to drink my tea. Then I give him my opinion, being orange. He asked me a shoot. So after a while, I was like, trying to drink my tea. I couldn't drink my tea because he was asking me question after question. 为什么呢？为什么这样的看法呢？说啊。And after a while, I was like, this one confirmed very green. Let me use what I teach. I said, I need to do the first thing. So I said, 林律师啊 his name is Lin 啊，这是我的看法 this is my opinion. 那你的看法呢 And then I could almost hear the birds now. He was thinking. Then I was like, should I say something else? I was like, oh, wait for it. Then he was like, 张老师，我跟你说啊，我the next half an hour he was talking. I was like, finally drinking my tea. Because for Greens, you need to consult them. That's the trick. To get them to stop asking you questions is when you ask them for their opinion. 高招 I tell you, it's good stuff. I use it all the time with the green bosses, green people. Otherwise, they will ask you a question based on your answer, and you answer the question. Yes.
Do you think we should give them more responsibility? I mean, the power, to just give them a space, right?
Yes.
Okay, they can do very well, right? Give them a space, let them think, come up with a solution, and then definitely they're gonna give us something very nice. Don't disturb them, Don't give them a stupid, meeting. They don't want meeting.
It is very true. This is one of the tips. You give them space. Excellent point. May I show you another hamburger? We start hamburgers later. Yes, you need to give them space because Greens, they like to think. Just like the lawyer who took, I think, almost 20 seconds to answer me. I was like, awkward. Try to say something, but you need to give them space. Leave them alone. So other tips, you give them time to think. You give them space, like you said. Don't rush them. Can you imagine the orange and the green together? What do you think? Come on, talk faster. What's it? And that's like, stop invading my brain. The orange and greens are direct opposites. Because the orange verbalizes their thought process. I was telling you, and I know what I want to say already. They will be saying out what they're thinking. But the green would be like, the whole time he'll be like, is he thinking? But actually in his mind it's like, it's very busy inside, but you can't see it. So it's all in the mind. How about it? They are logical, factual people. When the green boss asks you for your opinion, be mindful of the words you use. I feel, the boss said, I don't care how you feel. Tell me what you think. So the words we use, we don't want to be the touchy-feely people because Greens don't like emo people, don't like people to talk about feelings. They want facts, evidence to prove your point. That's great. Oh, you really ate it all, Sean. You can take your time to eat, bro. Nah, just kidding. You're so cute.
Enjoying.
Thank you. I'm so happy you're enjoying yourself. Finally, for goals, the steady pumpy people. What do we have for goals? How do you connect with them? How do you give them great service?
Be very organized in the way you present things.
Absolutely, spot on. Because if you're not organized, they'll think that you don't respect them. Huh? You just come in without agenda and stuff. So yes, you need to state your goals clearly for a start. Goals, if you don't tell them what to do, they won't do anything. You tell an orange, okay, this is roughly what you do. Okay, then they rush. They say, wrong way. Never mind. Then they change direction, then they rush, then they run somewhere else. But the goal will be like, can you be clear and specific? If it's not clear, I'm not even running. They will not even do it. And that's what happened. There's another bank where they told me this RM, she was going to travel, and she told her assistant, the bank they call me ARMs, you know which bank. So they tell them, he said, okay, before I go, I need you to help me to submit all these claims. Okay, you figure out, I need to go meet a client in Jakarta. Bye-bye. And she goes off. But boss, there's so many receipts. Claim under which account? Claim under what? Is it under a client project? She didn't have a chance to ask, and then the boss came back. She did nothing. The boss, of course, like, rolled a lion. Why didn't you do anything? I didn't know exactly what you want to do. See, when you do not give clear instructions to a goal, they rather not do it, because if they do the wrong thing, it will make them look bad. Remember, the goals are the steady, responsible people. So you need to state your goals clearly. And they love checklists. Goals love checklists. Check this, check this. Who does checklists every day? I see a lot of goals. I see a lot of goals here. I do that. Wow, make sure you do everything. You feel a great sense of achievement. And you clear all your checklists, and it guides you. I like checklists, although I'm not a very good person, because it keeps me on track, because I can be all over the place. And one more tip. You need details, not just big picture. Oranges don't like details, they just want the goal. Tell me exactly what to do, roughly there. And then greens don't like details because they want to have their own space to come up with their ideas. But goal, you need to tell them exactly how you want them to do it before they even do it. That's for goals. And I recall again a few years ago when I was working in a company, a training consulting firm. My accountant is a very goal person. Actually, most accountants, because of the nature of their work, finance. And I was doing sales and training, and I'm always late in submitting my claims. And I will give her the receipt like that. Can you help me to submit? She will freak out, but she won't tell me anything. She's like, how do you expect me to claim like that? I said, please, Alicia, please, I need your help. Then, and then the next month, I don't get my claims. She said, until you stick each receipt on a paper, A4 size paper, label each project, I'm not going to claim for you. She told me with that sweet poker face. Then I realized that I can either choose to hate her for being inflexible and not being helpful, or I can choose to help her to help me. And I was thinking, okay, no point scolding her, she's not going to change. So I started sticking my papers, labeling. Then after 2 months, she told everyone I'm the most organized consultant. And I always kept my claims on time. I said, yes, I trained myself to do it. I hate it, but I want my money back, right? Every month I spend thousands and I don't see anymore. Because she's not going to do anything. So if the internal clients that's working with you and you hate them to call because they're so inflexible, think, how can you help them to help you? Okay, that's what about great service. Great service starts within, and you can't just complain and expect everybody to do that. And that leads me to this point here. What we call golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Yes, you like to be treated. In Confucius once said as well, 己所不欲，不施于人. If you do not want others to treat you this way, you don't treat them that way. But that's a way of life, it's true. We want people to be nice to us, to be nice to them. When you think about it, it's like that blue personality just now. She said, why can't people be nice to me? Isn't that hard? And that's how I feel sometimes. I'm a very blue person in my personal life, and I love to give, I love to share, and then sometimes it just pains me and people don't even appreciate, not even a single thank you. So everyone, when I give you sweet today, you say thank you. I say thank you. Because sometimes when I do training and I give them a sweet, they go like, choosing the sweet, you may leave now, that kind of look. But I spent money to invest to buy your sweets. I didn't feel appreciated. But after that, I tell myself, it's not about how you like them to treat you. It's about how, this is you like, Next one is, you need to treat others as they like this, I heard that. They would like to be treated. If they want you to be direct, you go straight to the point. If they want you to be focused on relationship, get to know them, treat them nicely, make them feel special. If they want details and facts, give it to them. Don't give them all how you feel and your different opinions. And finally, if those who are very organized, you show them how you want them done, how you want your work done. Treat others as they would like to be treated. Easier said than done. Let's do a simple exercise. Can you write your name? Even if you've already done so, please write your name on the top right-hand corner of your handout. Give me your English name or your Chinese name. What is your name? Alright, all written your name, all of you? Okay, did I say which hand to use to write your name? Did I say right hand? No, I said write your name. Have you written? Or you're holding it with your right hand? Okay, right. It's right now. We should wait for Phil to rise. How did you see, when I did not tell you which hand to use, but naturally which hand did we use? The right hand, I saw some of you are left-handers as you were signing. Who's left-hander here? Yes, I think I saw Wayne was using your left hand. That is what we call preference. We are all blessed in this room. We are born with two hands. But we have been training one hand to write. The other hand maybe to scratch your head. But when you want to slap someone, which hand will you use? The stronger hand. Both hands. Slap you silly. But one hand will still go first, right? The stronger hand. You use the stronger hand. That is preference. So if you're wondering, are you a bright orange, blue, green, go think about it. You will have a natural reaction to any situation. Will you go straight to the point? Will you care about how they feel? Will you be questioning them before even saying your opinion? Or will you be expecting details? You all have a preference. How is it like writing your name with your right hand?
It's fine.
What's the name, right? Yeah. No big deal, right?
I was actually thinking you would write in a small cap or full cap. That's what I was thinking.
You sound quite green, so I'm overthinking it.
I even full cap, underline something just like that.
What color style do you think he is? Green! You're more green than you realize.
You will write his full name, but very long is green.
Yeah. After this talk, you will grow and have so much fun saying, that was so green. It was very blue. You start to use the lingo. And it helps you to understand people so much faster and give them what they want. So it was easy. It's like talking to people of your style. That's why there's a phrase, birds of a feather flock together. We tend to connect and provide better service to people who are very much on style. And let's change hands now. Other than Wayne's going to use your right hand, all of us use your other hand and write your name. Again, if you wrote it in Chinese, good luck. Okay, can't write your name again. That's back to primary school. Okay, now. Some of us are drawing our name. Let's see if I can read your name, dear. If I can. Yes, I can, Leanne. So, Leanne, how was it like using your other hand?
Much slower.
Much slower, but you managed to write it, right? Slower.
The spelling is too simple.
So simple. Thank you. How about, how was it like writing with your other hand?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Feels terrible.
Why does it feel terrible? You're not used to it. Because since we were little kids, we started using our dominant hand. The question to everyone, if I ask you today after this power hour talk, okay, go and connect with all kinds of people, it's not going to happen instantly. It will take time. If we're going to practice using our other hand right every day to the end of this year, do you think it will be easier than how we feel now? Yes, absolutely, because it is a skill, a learned skill. Writing is a learned skill. 是技能，不是本能. We learn it, we are not born with it. And I've been using this analogy for years, and I told myself if I can say it, I better be able to practice it. So I tested myself. So last year, I said I'm going to practice writing my name, and I tested in Chinese. So this is my Chinese name. So Chinese is a little bit harder because there are characters. So I said, I know I asked people to practice using the other hand, but have I actually tried it? Then I started writing, and after a while I felt that, once I have practiced, I can even talk while writing now, and I can do a lot of things with my left hand, and suddenly I feel like I'm a little bit more intelligent because I have unlocked my other side of my brain. How is it? Yes, I practiced it. I just practiced for 1 month, and that was about 6 months ago, and I can still use it. So I have proved the theory. If you know that it's hard to connect with some people, talking to them is difficult, vomit blood, after today, go and talk to them. Maybe I'm going to practice just like practicing with our left hand. Now I can do my makeup with both hands. I can slap with 2 hands. I can do a lot of things with 2 hands. So you can unlock the potential in you. You find that you can connect with a lot more people. So here, we want to talk about creating a service culture, which I said at the start of the talk. Over here, a little quotation. We want you to do more than what is required. It's easy to just write with our right hand or left hand and do the bare minimum. But when you want to create great service, we need to go a little bit extra. So make a guess what they said. Do a little more. What's it? A little more? Oh, you get a hamburger again. Okay, let you choose. Sounds. You do a little more each day. Here come. Go the extra mile. It may be a bit difficult, and especially when you speak to a goal, to be prepared with something. But if you know that by doing so, you can help her do your job, just like what I did with my accountant. I made sure I start everything correctly, label it correctly. I help her to help me. It's more than what I usually do. But because of that, I have created this whole service culture that we need to always think about how we can better service our colleagues. And another thought here, the cute kitten. Creating a service culture, we also want you to create, this is what I call a magical moment. That was my magical moment. I thought I almost landed into the hole. Create a magical moment for a colleague every day. What is that magical moment? What can you do to make your friend happy? Can you look at your learning partner? I want to laugh because it's so gay when you look at each other. Please share with them. What can you say to make them feel like, wow, that was really nice of you. So just take 30 seconds to look at your learning partner. Create a magical moment for him or her. Let's do it. Spread the love. Oh, can we do a threesome now, your friend? What can we do to create a magical moment? And I want to create a magical moment for everyone. Oh, we have, see, from that gesture, can you tell what color style is Natalie? She's alone. Let me join her. You watched the video just now, right? Which personality is that? Blue! Natalie is so blue, I tell you. She's the sweetest girl I ever worked with in a friend list. She's like, poor thing, poor Lila. I can't keep her company. It is so true. Even when she has things to tell me, you always think about how to package it in the best way. So Natalie is such a lovely girl. And we appreciate people like that. The magical moment that I'm going to create for all of you is with all this power hour talk. Which one of you is actually going to refer to your notes after this talk? Like, wow, this one, do you refer to your notes? Of course not, don't bluff me, you all throw it away, right? I know, but what if there's this simple, which I have created, a lovely, colorful credit card size where it shows you the characteristics, core value, and tips on how to connect with the 4 styles, and you can keep it in your wallet just like that. Would that be useful? Yeah, thank you for clapping.
I will keep it on top of the monitor.
There you go. This is my magical moment for you. Thank you. Here you go. I like to personally give all of you. Thank you. Can you take a look at it? You're welcome. Come. You can keep it in your wallet. You're welcome. And there's a photo of me inside. You can always remember me. Thank you. Thank you. And of course. Yes, thank you. Yes, this is how I make it look more interesting. It is hardly my name card. Do you all feel happy receiving this? Yes, thank you. So everyone, I'd like to urge all of you, what you can promise yourself to do every day is I'd like you to act now. When you go back to your service desk or to your colleagues, Think of something, create a magical moment. You can share with them what you attended. Spread the love. There's still one more workshop tomorrow at PSA building. For colleagues who haven't signed up, tell them that did you find this workshop useful? This talk today useful for all of you? Yes. Yes, we want you to be able to create excellent service from within. And then